We all know WWE is scripted, and if you didn't, now you do. The finishes to wrestling matches are known prior to the match itself, and it's up to the wrestlers to go out there and convincingly tell a story. However, there have been a few instances of WWE changing their mind and completely altering the outcome of a match. Here are 5 times WWE changed match finishes at the last second. Back in 2011 at TLC, Bryan cashed in his Money in the Bank contract against The Big Show to win the World Heavyweight Championship. However, this was apparently not the way it was supposed to go down. Vince decided at the very last minute that Bryan would cash in, as the original plan was to have Big Show remain champion. Instead, WWE scrambled to bring in Bryan, who wasn't even at the arena, and told him he was going to become world champion that night, which is exactly what he did. Chris Jericho is legendary for many reasons, but his most famous accomplishment may be the fact that he was the first ever WWE Undisputed Champion. Turns out, Vince and the Superstars had no idea who was going to be bestowed with arguably the greatest feat in all of professional wrestling until just hours before it happened. With Jericho, Kurt Angle, Stone Cold, and The Rock all in contention for the title, it's said that Vince decided against the popular opinion of having Rock or Austin win and instead went with Y2J. Triple H and Booker T was a really weird feud. Triple H made some racist remarks that a lot felt were too far, and also repeatedly defeated Booker in the build-up to the WrestleMania match. That is usually done to establish one superstar as the underdog, who goes on to prevail at the pay-per-view, but that didn't happen in this case. It's said Booker T was supposed to defeat Hunter at WrestleMania 19, but WWE decided against this at the last minute after Booker showed up to Raw hungover, though some say Triple H simply pulled some strings to make himself look strong. Hulk Hogan has a history of using his star power and influence to change the outcome of matches he didn't like, and one of the most infamous cases of this is the 1990 Royal Rumble match. WWE executives decided that Mr. Perfect would win the match, which would lead to a huge main event push. However, Hogan was also competing in the Rumble match. Hogan, despite being WWE champion at the time, convinced executives that it didn't make sense for him to lose the match since he held the title. Thus, the outcome was changed at the last second for Hogan to come out on top. An honorable mention goes to Brock Lesnar and Undertaker at WrestleMania 30. Rumor has it that Undertaker was supposed to win, as usual, but Vince made the change just before they went out to have Lesnar win and go over. Though some have claimed this to be true, I'd still take it with a grain of salt. Like Mr. Perfect, Ted DiBiase was robbed of a proper main event run by a last second change. DiBiase, a heel, was set to win the WWF Championship at WrestleMania 4. However, around this time, WWE wasn't too fond of having a bad guy win the championship because of, well, kayfabe. Your champion should be a hero, right? Unfortunately for DiBiase, who absolutely could have had a great run as WWF champion, McMahon and the other executives agreed that fans would be outraged by that ending, and decided to have Macho Man Randy Savage win the belt just hours before WrestleMania. And those are 5 times WWE changed match finishes at the last second. If you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up and subscribe to Wrestling Hub for more lists like this one. And maybe leave some suggestions for future topics down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.